Welcome back everyone to my team building mini series, and in today's video I want to focus on my Swampert. Hopefully everyone is having a great weekday or weekend depending on when you're watching. So similar to my Charizard video, I couldn't decide on a single Swampert build, so I decided to build two. The first one was recommended by one of you, which is a bulky utility Swampert, and then one that I came up with, which is a mixed attacking Swampert. But before that, the first thing I do when building my Pokemon is resetting their EVs using berries you can get through normal gameplay. You can either farm them or clone them, depending on if your battery is dry or not. But once you reset the EVs to 0, you can accurately calculate your Pokemon's IVs using an online IV calculator, and I'll put up Swampert's IVs on screen. They're pretty alright, except for HP. HP is pretty bad, it's just at 4, unfortunately. Attack is decent. Special attack and defense are perfect IVs, so that's amazing. And special defense is lacking at just 12. Speed is okay. My Swampert is gentle nature, so it does get boosted special defense but lowered defense, so it kind of offsets it a little. But unfortunately, with the builds that I'm going for, I really needed HP, so HP will suck a little. But yeah, for the builds, the first one is a utility bulky Swampert with Rest, Icy Wind, Earthquake, and Protect, holding the Chesto Berry with full attack and full HP investment. Chesto Resto plus Protect really works well with my Venusaur's Toxic and Leech Seed strat, and Icy Wind complements my Charizard really good because Swampert can slow down anything that my Charizard can't outspeed, then Charizard can come back for cleanup, and Earthquake is just there as a stab option. Now for the Swampert that I came up with, it is a full attack and full HP investment Swampert as well, with the Petaya Berry. Now the Petaya Berry is only obtainable through Coliseum, XD Gale of Darkness, or a distribution event. I don't have either of those games, and the distribution events aren't available anymore for obvious reasons. But the third way to get it is through a glitch, well, that I'll cover later. But for the attacks for this Swampert, it's Earthquake, Surf, Icy Wind, and Brick Break. You could switch out Icy Wind for Ice Beam and Brick Break for Focus Punch really, but I find more utility in Icy Wind's speed lowering effect and Brick Break being able to break through screens. But before I go any further, the way I EV train is, since both Swamperts have the same EV builds, I give my Swampert 10 HP ups and 10 protein before starting EV training. That way I get 200 points out the way. For attack, I go to the first route to knock out Poochyena. Each gives 1 attack EV. With the Macho Brace it's 2. And for HP, I go to Verdandurf Tunnel to knock out Whismur, which each give 1 HP EV, and with the Macho Brace 2 HP EVs. That way I only have to knock out 76 Poochyena and 76 Whismur. And after that, now that my Swampert's fully EV trained, I decided to clone it, and I traded the clone to one of my other games where I originally hunted Swampert, my Pokemon Ruby, so I could change its nickname. That way I don't get confused with my Swamperts. And I nicknamed it Fiona as a reference to Shrek and Fiona, you know, because they live in a swamp, and Swampert has swamp in its name. And once I do that, now I can explain the Petaya Berry. So in Ruby and Sapphire only, there is a glitch known as the roaming glitch, and the gist of it is you can swap your Latios or Latios encounter to catch any one trainer Pokemon in the entire game. Now, in Ruby and Sapphire only, they have a different battle tower which has various Pokemon that hold exclusive items that are only obtainable through events or through XD and Coliseum. And this is how I got my Petaya Berry. There are only 22 Pokemon in that battle tower that hold a Petaya Berry, and I performed the glitch to catch one of those 22 Pokemon, one of which was Latios. And for this glitch, it's also a good way to catch perfect 6 IV Pokemon. Of course, only one per save file, since there's only one roaming Pokemon in each save file. But I caught a 6 IV Latios holding the Petaya Berry, and I traded it over to my Emerald, and that's how I got the Petaya Berry. But if you perform the glitch wrong, you could corrupt your save, or you could generate a bad egg. And since I don't want to risk that, I decided to release the Latios once I get the berry off of it. I'll leave a link in the description on a tutorial on how to perform it, and another link on the glitch in detail. But that's how I got the berry, and what it does is when your Pokemon has less than a third of its HP, it's a special attack boost. For my mix attacking Swampert build, I want, in a perfect scenario, I want the berry to pop, and at the same time I'll have the torrent boost with a stab boost. Even though I have minimal special attack investments, I do have a plus special, I have a perfect special attack IV stat, and I should be doing a lot of damage with that Surf on Pokemon that I would need to use Surf against, because most Pokemon that you run into in the Frontier are either ×2 or ×4 times weak against water. So that was my thought process behind giving Swampert the Petaya Berry. Hopefully it performs really well in the tower. It did take a lot to get that one berry. But yeah, after that, I teach my Swampert their respective moves. Let me know in the comments if you would recommend a different move set or different EV spread for either Swampert. I'm open to suggestions, and I'm open to retraining Pokemon, so just let me know. But besides that, I don't have much else to update you guys on, besides my shiny Bagon hunt, which I'm currently, as of recording, a little bit over 5,000 encounters on. So far, no shiny. And I did put up a poll on Thursday on 3 shiny Pokemon, or 3 shiny hunts that I plan on doing. The poll is just to determine which Pokemon I shiny hunt first. I will be shiny hunting them all eventually. But besides that, there's not much else to update you guys on. So thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.